Sweet. Busy working on shit. I understand.
Yep. Receiving your content. All right, let's simulate the music. Bow, 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 now. Bow, meow, bow, meow, 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 meow. Bow, meow, bow. Bow, meow, bow, meow, bow, meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. All right, all right, all right. That's enough. Hold on.
Yes.
All right. What's going on, you assholes? Well, I feel like doing the cold open without any music. It feels weird, but we're doing it. Hold on, I'm working on getting Giraffeneckmarc in here. Who I got on the line right now?
That explains it.
Yep. You talk, Tree, while I try to figure out how to get our special guest,
Absolutely.
Giraffeneckmarc.
So how about that football game last
Oh
night,
my
huh?
goodness.
About that Chiefs and Rams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. What's defense? I don't know what that is. There were like a couple big turnovers. It's like some dudes playing Madden. That's really what it was.
You know what's funny though is like there was a lot of defense in that game,
It was
and
like big plays. It wasn't like
yes,
consistent.
yeah, and that's what happened. Was those? Yeah, it was spurts. It was little like bang, bang. You know, like it wasn't consistent defense, not in the slightest at all.
For this one, neither of them have a secondary.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're getting to. I was surprised at how poorly the Rams defense played, but at the same time, like a good offense beats a good defense, and vice versa. Oh wow, that's such an insightful quote from myself right there. Thank you. I'm glad.
That sounds like some damn son material.
Yeah, I made that up myself. You know.
There you go,
I
sir.
thought of it all on my own. Yogi Berra did not have nothing to do with it. All right, so Mark has to accept my friend request, and then I can invite him here. And we're going to talk a little bit about Jacob deGrom and the Cy Young, but we are going to talk about that game. So, was that the best game in probably the last 10 years?
I would say, it's between that and Chiefs Patriots from like earlier on. Those were some good games.
There was a game one time where the Colts played the Chiefs in the playoffs, and it was Peyton Manning versus the Chiefs had a stud offense too. I think
what was it, like Trent Green, right?
Yeah, and what's his name? Larry Johnson. Grandmama was the running back, and the Colts never punted, and the Chiefs tried to match them point for point, and it ended up being just a shootout. And that was a fun game to watch. But, man, I can't even remember a game like that last night that was just so good, you know? Like, Goodell covered himself in massage oil and was just...
He lathered that shit. That's exactly what he wanted. The people you should be really laughing at are the people that run Estadio Azteca. They missed out on it, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It was terrible. All right. I just sent Mark the... invite there, so
like, did you see those field conditions? They're fucking terrible.
Oh yeah,
it looked like there was like a war that just happened there.
Well, it's a Shakira concert, so in the name of fresh booty.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of war, especially with that shaking that booty. I'd say so.
That's funny. We both had the same instantaneous thought: is Shakira's booty, and it's not.
Hey, you can't
deny
a nice Brazilian booty.
Is she Brazilian?
Just saying.
I think she is Brazilian. I thought she's Colombiana. Hold on, we got to look this up.
No, let me double check.
Yeah, all right. It's a race. It's a race to fix a
Colombian. Damn it, you're right.
Oh, look at me. I know my Latinas. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Brazilian. All right. Bitch.
So
and then there's a Maryland women's basketball player named Shakira Austin.
Okay. What? I assumed that she's not as attractive.
He's all right.
I mean, Shakira is a very attractive
Shakira's 41?
woman.
That's bullshit. Women like her shouldn't age.
Women like her don't age because she's forever however old she was when she debuted in My Spank Bank, for sure. That's so she doesn't age. All right, hold on. Exactly. Now, Mark, if you're there. Oh, hold on. I jumped out.
Oh no.
Now, Mark
Oops.
should now jump into the general chat if you can hear me, Mark. All right. Yep, just joined. Yes, go into general first. And then we'll get Mark Luiano from Giraffeneckmarc. And he probably, yeah, there he is. And unmute your mic.
Hello?
Mark,
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good?
what's
Not
good?
bad, dude.
You welcome to the
Finally.
dumpster fire. Gosh.
What's good?
I haven't even been I've been trying to get you in on the server, and I haven't even noticed that we had some Snapchats come in, and I'm sorry about
Yes,
that,
sir.
guys. But
All right, man.
Giraffe
You're
Neck
busy
Mark.
man. 5 points.
Sorry, we're all talking at once. It's all my fault. Hold on.
No, come on. Better than dead air. Dead
Yes.
air is dead air talking? I don't think so, man.
So Mark,
You're
have
good.
you ever met Tree at all?
No, I don't think so.
He's a
Nah,
bitch.
never met, brother. Nah, I'd say more of a dick, but close
Aren't
enough
we
though.
all, though?
I'll take
Aren't
it.
we all?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be in some regards. So,
Yes.
I mean, I understand.
Yes. Let's get through these super chats first because they are what makes the channel go round. Beast of Metal 1989, breaking, racing gods like baseball gods, found to be in collusion with New England Sports award NASCAR Monster Energy Cup to Connecticut-born asswipe Joey Logano. Opinion Big 3 equals congratulations. A NASCAR Snapchat
Yep.
to start the
People
show.
are pissy about that, man. Like, there are so many people flipping out about Joey Logano winning. It created a lot of salt.
So was
Like
he?
a
Was there like
lot.
no objective point system? He was just.
Well, no, the problem is like the final four, and in NASCAR, they like have the same amount of points. The person that ranks the highest at the end wins. So Joey Logano won that last race, and he won the championship. It's a really stupid system they've been doing the last. Or it's like a playoff system. They turn it into this like football.
Well, maybe they should care more about that last race. Damn it. That's right.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they should do is just wreck each other and then have one guy race 400 laps. You're good.
Hey, Mark, do you watch NASCAR at all?
Nah, I'm from New Jersey. We don't do NASCAR up here.
Isn't there a track somewhere in New Jersey? Come on. Like,
There's Pocono in Eastern PA, but
I feel like Dover, right? That's Delaware. I feel like
yeah,
those are the
Dover,
closest.
Delaware.
yeah, that's
Are
not.
they still racing in Delaware? I don't think they are at Dover.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know. That's a good old
Let me
bend
double
over.
check.
Yes, before you love shine, I failed No Shave November because last weekend was mustache night, and I sported a porn stash for the night for charity.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post those pictures on the internet. But now my wife's pissed off because I look like shit with this half beard. You know, like she's just mad because I look old. I look like my dad. That's what happens. Before you love shine, the Rams made LA act like literal sheep. I don't think literally.
I don't know about literal sheep.
Did they shave them and
I
use
don't know
their
about that.
body hair as clothing? Was that what happened?
Maybe they're like lemmings and like the producers like forced them all off a cliff.
Yes. Dude, sheep. You know why the Scottish? No, I'm not gonna tell that joke. Mark knows it. So they
We
push
know where
back.
that's going.
That's right. All right, I'm gonna take a break from the Snapchat. Sorry, Kevin Seeker, you were up next, but we're gonna cut for a second here. So, Mark, did you watch the game last night? I think I saw you tweet it.
I had to. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I watched the first 2 quarters. I took the 3rd quarter off, and then the 4th quarter I came back. I was like, my fantasy matchup's close. I got to see what's going on here.
So I think I was following that. You were like down by like a shit ton of points, and then they basically
I was
came
down-
through for you.
I was down 60 going into the game with Tyreek, Gurley, and the Rams D. And then Tyreek had that big catch at the end. And then I was like down 1, and those 2 picks are what put me ahead.
Nice. So you can thank
We got the
Patrick
dub.
Mahomes on both
Yes,
sides.
Pat Mahomes was huge.
Yes.
Actually, you can truly thank Sean McVay because of that questionable final drive that got
Oh
you
my
that
God.
second pick.
Oh my God. I was like, just hand it off to Gurley. I just need like
Pretty much
5
what they
yards.
should
That's
do.
it.
You had 3 timeouts. You had to burn them all.
Yeah, I know. He
that
killing
was
me.
that
Trying
was
to get a little too cute. What happened with that?
That was Andy Reid, and it's like Andy Reid and Kyle
Mike
Shanahan had a baby,
Yeah.
and they created a shit drive, and that's what happened. Yeah, I mean, I thought Tree and I were saying, was that the best game of the last 10 years? Regardless of
That was
yeah,
an incredible game to watch. Unbelievable. And I haven't been watching a lot of Monday Night Football this year just because, one, the commentators and stuff, but two, that was just an incredible game from a spectator standpoint to watch.
Yeah, I think Booger McFarland could finger 2 chicks at once with his hands like that.
Oh my god.
Like, definitely his shit is so fucking mangled.
They are so screwed up.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Now, I got a question to ask. I don't know, Mark, if you're like a religious, if you're super offended by cuss words and dirty shit, then you might want to leave the Discord. But I figured you wouldn't accept if you weren't kind of an asshole like us. Now,
yeah, no, I'm not religious.
all right. According to science, like a woman can have 2 vaginas. You know that, right? It's possible. Like there's actually a bunch that do. Yeah. It's like one vagina and then one next to it. So if you get with that chick, does that count as a threesome?
That's $1 million question right there.
I don't know, man.
I don't think so. I wouldn't say in my book that it does.
But what if you hit both vaginas, like
I don't know. That just sounds like I don't know, different holes.
it's just another
maybe
flap.
like one's the angry hole and the other's just like the pleasure hole.
I wonder if one is like,
like
this
the other
is
one's just unlubed and like it's like it
I wonder if one is like the main one, like that's the one that she uses. But then if it's like some guy she doesn't dig, she's like, all right, you got to go to plan B here. You're not getting the prize tonight.
She's pulling the one off the bench.
Yeah. She's like, we got to bring him back up. We got to bring in Peterman.
Bring in the righty.
She's putting in Chapman.
She puts the hand signal. She's like, all right, bringing him in. Right here.
Here comes Matheny. He's going to burn out another bullpen arm.
And the guy's like, another vagina change? These games, what happened to the vagina clock? Come on.
And then it's going to come out in a golf cart too, and it has to warm up a little bit before it goes
Gotta stretch.
What's the mound visit rule on this?
At least 2. You get 2 mound visits.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds though.
Yeah, 30 seconds, right? Because what's that thing they call that's around the vagina? The woman. That's right. Oh, okay. All right, Kevin Sika for $5. You are awarded a sports franchise, any sport. Where are they located? What's their name, slogan, and mascot? Mark, you can answer that question. 8 and 8 awaits. This is a good question. You get to go first, while I think.
So we're starting off with what city?
Yeah. Okay, so he's saying basically make up a city, make up a sports franchise, and give them a name, a slogan, and mascot.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
We'll keep it. We got it. We gotta stay in Jersey.
Okay.
The sport. We'll make it a basketball team.
Okay. For the groupies. That's right.
For the groupies. Basketball team from New Jersey. Man, that's tough on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna have to come back to me on this one. I'm gonna have to hear you guys first.
Tree, you got any ideas? Tree, he's probably working on a video.
I'm trying to think about it, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put a baseball team. I'm gonna put a football team in Macon, Georgia, and I'm gonna call it the Macon Butt Sex, and we're just gonna make lots of butt sex. And the mascot is going to be Luby. It's going to be a giant dildo. What is with the perverted
I
comments?
do have something in that regard, but it's like, I don't know. It's like pretty old.
I don't know. I feel like because Mark's the new guy, I'm trying to show him how over the top I am. Like, I'm just like, yeah.
That's more
nothing
dad
off limits.
joke, I would say.
I'm like, yeah, you want some edgy? I'll give you edgy. That's right. The Macon Butt
Well,
sex.
I mean, if you wanted edgy, you can call yourselves the Houston Voyagers. It's just an explosion is their cover.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to hell, and then the mascot is pretty much just just me begging for forgiveness for that horrible joke.
Well,
to hell.
right.
Good night.
That's a good one. What about the Cleveland Steamers? We could do that one
You
too.
know, that's a little too common. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's true. When it makes
You'd
it
have
the
to
Family Guy.
locate the stadium deep in Lake Erie. It's the only thing.
Oh, tonight is going well already. I can tell. Mark, do you have a final answer yet?
I think, all right, this one's going to sound crazy. I don't think it's ever been done before, but we'll be a basketball team from New Jersey, and we're going to call ourselves the New Jersey Nets.
Oh, wow.
What do you think? What do we think?
I think that was a burn.
Man. Are you owned by a Russian billionaire that wants to just create this massively great team?
Yes, that's the plan. We're gonna find like a rapper, like get some of his money. He doesn't really actually like do anything, but he gets to be like sort of
1% of the Nets.
Right.
Yeah, like people think he owns a lot, but he's only like giving like $45 something like that. So
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, "Hey, can I put my name on the Nets?" And then they were like, "Yeah, sure." Mark.
And then he's like, and then we're gonna get an arena, and I'm gonna open up for like 6 nights and make like a shit ton of money.
Right. And then I'm gonna marry my wife that has a big booty. And have a private birth in a hospital that no one has ever verified. Before you love Sean, Urinating Tree, you still haven't made a Laucow vid about LA sports being Boston's little bitch. You have my blessings to make dat Laucow vid. Oh, wow.
Didn't LA beat the Celtics like one time, like in the 80s?
I thought it's 2 out of 3 or something, right?
I forget.
Yeah. I don't think
I know the first time they lost, but I think like the second time I know they won.
LA's not a Laucow city right now. I mean, they got the Dodgers just came off their second World Series
LA's
loss.
just more like a bandwagonish, but there isn't really anything bad except the Kings. Man, and they won cups a couple years ago.
Yeah. Kings won two out of 3. Some shit
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now they're paying the piper for it, but
can you believe that Daryl Suter and Joe Quenneville are both unemployed? Like the most cups in the last decade.
Suter, I mean, Ken Hitchcock is reemployed. Didn't he retire like again?
You know what's funny about Ken Hitchcock, and I know you're shocked by this. He didn't play much hockey past midget. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, he probably could have been like, you ever play ice hockey for the NES?
Yeah,
he was probably that guy.
The fat one.
He was like a wrecking ball.
Right. Remember the fat one on
fucking wrecking ball.
Yeah. You could load up the shot. You would just hold it for like a minute, and then when you let it go, it just released a fucking laser, like a Chara level slapper towards the net, and you're like, yes, fat fuck. That's right. Sorry about that. All right, we got 3 more Snapchats. We'll get to those in a little bit. I like the one that's coming up when we talk about baseball, because I'm sure Mark has thoughts on that. But I still want to talk about this game last night, because there were a lot of things that I really liked about Patrick Mahomes, and there were some things that I didn't like about him, especially those 2 picks at the end. Those were pretty bad, if you ask me.
Which was it, the last one or the second to last one, where he kind of like he stepped up in the pocket, but the guy like smacked his elbow?
So the second to last one, yeah, he got hit, and then Marcus Peters ended up. Thank you, Marcus Peters, for that juicy karma right there. But then the last one, like, he just threw it up for no reason, and it looked like on a couple times, even though he threw for a lot of yardage, that he didn't have the arm strength, that maybe his arm was just getting tired or something. And he wasn't zipping it down the field, where it's a little concerning. Maybe he just threw too many fastballs.
How many passes did he end up throwing last night?
Let's look at that.
Something like that. It was like 400 yards for passing. I know that for a fact.
He had at least 6 for touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah,
Game
6 touchdowns, 3 picks.
I mean, 105 points. If you took the over, you had it by halftime. Like,
actually, he threw 46 passes. I thought it honestly would have been like closer to 60 last night.
That's a lot.
He threw a lot of deep balls though. So
yeah.
Yep. 6 TDs, 3 INTs. If he didn't throw those 3 INTs, he might have broke the touchdown record. Like,
oh yeah.
He didn't. Jared Goff is so good. It's amazing. Jared Goff was a dumpster fire under Jeff
He
Fisher.
was terrible his rookie year, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just Sean
everyone says like, "Oh,
McVay
you were
does.
so wrong about Jared Goff," but if you saw him, he looked like he couldn't throw a football. I mean, I will give
Everyone,
him
I
credit
think.
for like turning it around, though. I will say that. I'll tip my cap to that.
I know I was sold that he was going to be a bust after that first year. I was like, oh, that's it. They screwed
No,
me
I
up.
mean, if you saw his footage, like there were a lot of passes he was just straight missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I disagree. I said that he was great in retrospect, and he should have been drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Signed Hugh Jackson. Because
Actually, that was Carson Wentz they passed up on.
that's right.
I think they wanted Goff.
No, I'm just being facetious. Like I'm just making up revisionist history. Like I'm a fucking expert or something, you know.
Technically, the revisionist history, the right one is Cleveland should have never been reformed.
Ooh, that's a cold one right there. That's a hot
Sorry,
take.
KTO, if you're listening, but it's sadly the truth.
Yeah, that's a steamer right there coming out of. You knew that one was coming.
I was waiting for it.
Yes, right. Do you guys know what a jelly donut is? You know what that is? You Google it.
If we're talking sexual terms, I have no clue.
Oh, you can Google it yourself, and then
Yeah, I'll take a look here.
yeah,
Sounds like a JFK.
and then
Talking about Berliners.
and then Google blue waffle after that.
I know that one.
Yeah, yeah. What about?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's in the Donkey Punch family. You know.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but you got to know it's like you know what a Greek pollock is, right? But
No.
oh, those
Jesus.
these are ones we can't say on the air because you know I
Yeah,
want to
no.
keep the channel. Okay. So what happens down the road now that you've seen the two best teams go at it? I don't know. I would think one of these teams is going to be in the Super Bowl, but it's very likely that maybe one is not. Like, I don't think that was completely a Super Bowl preview last night.
I think we
I
all
don't
want
think
it to be.
so. Because like neither of them have like sorry, because neither of them really have a secondary.
Yeah, but who does? Like, I think the Saints defense is not a top. They're not a top 5 defense at all. Like, but they outscore. They win the same way, and like I don't see the Rams beating them. You know, they've already
Beating the
lost to them
Saints?
once. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think you put the Saints in, and I don't know if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl because the Patriots will figure some shit out. Like Bill Belichick is sitting in front of a computer right now, running every scenario through it and
It's
memorizing
just so
all
hard
of
to
them.
pick against Belichick. It's so hard to pick against them because every year they just do it consistently.
Yeah,
Like they lost to the Chiefs, right? This year, or did they beat them?
they beat them. They outran them the same way
Yeah,
that.
so like
Mm-hmm.
it's just and that game is almost just like him getting all his notes for the game that's really gonna matter.
Yeah, he was like, all right, what does Mahomes do? Like, Bill Belichick, I think, calls like a reverse sweep in week 3 to set up a jet sweep in week 12. Like, he's just like, yeah, use that on your game film, you fucker. Yeah, fucking Bill Belichick. Yeah. All right, let's get through these Snapchats because my ADD is kicking in. David Benjamin. What do you think, Mark? Is he a member of the tribe? Right there, David Benjamin, perhaps.
David Benjamin?
Yeah, his name is David.
I'm not sure.
You don't
That
think
name
so?
doesn't sound familiar to me.
I didn't know Stan Lee was Jewish. I had no idea that it was short for Stan Lieberman. But I always thought he was an All-American boy. But you never know who's on the team. Cavs tickets are now going for $4. They suck bad. They are terrible. This is like
They are bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw it coming too.
Right. Yeah. What? They lost the best player in the NBA at the time, and they're no longer good? No way.
And he was the only reason why they were relevant.
All right, this one's for you,
What I've
Mark.
been saying.
Oh, go ahead.
And if you haven't heard in recent news, J.R. Smith is no longer a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he just I think he's no showing now. I think Like it's just like it's a mutual thing. So like he wants to be out because he's not getting any playing time and they're a bad team.
Gotcha.
So he's doing what he does on the court, not showing up. Like,
Not
But
showing up.
he thought they were ahead, man. Didn't you know? Come on.
yes. Blow me like a 107-107 lead, JR. Blow me that way. James, this one's for you, Mark. I'm going to let you go ahead and take this fastball, this cookie right down the middle. James Paxton to New York Yankees. Thoughts?
Fantastic trade for the Yankees. They gave up nothing. I know Justice Sheffield's their number one prospect, but he meant absolutely nothing to this current Yankees team and really wouldn't have an impact on them for at least 2 years, which they're not really looking 2 years forward right now. They're looking at the current year. They get a nice starting pitcher who can be a front end guy for them. He costs them absolutely nothing, and they can still go get another pitcher and make that rotation even better. And they basically spent the same amount of money. It pains me to say it, but I love the move. It's so good.
You know, if I didn't know it was you, Mark, on my stream right now, I would have thought that Bengal somehow got on our stream and was impersonating you right now. And because you sound a little alike, but I'm like, when did Bengal invade Mark's brain and also his voice box? Because go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hate the Yankees with all the passion in my heart. They're the worst. I hope James Paxton goes 0-25, but from just like a straight up just being fair, I'm like, damn, that was a great trade.
Well, how hard is it to fleece the Mariners, right?
It doesn't seem very hard. It doesn't seem very hard at all.
Right.
Although, I mean, they got a nice little haul back. It probably could have gotten.
They got a pitcher who will probably be injured in 3 months, but. It's the Mariners. Every bad luck thing happens to them. Or he'll turn into a Montero and just fall in love with ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, they did get Justice Sheffield, which, the spelling of justice is kind of bothering me there, You
don't like Justus?
That's like naming your kid Truth, Trooth. And that's not an ethnic thing. I'm just saying, just the intentional misspelling of a word like justice.
Yeah.
I actually went to school with 2 kids in Alabama. Her name was Liberty, and her brother was named Justice. And Justice became
at my high school. We had a LaDasha, and it was LA dash A. So that's something.
Wow. Why don't you just name your kid 7?
It basically.
Don't be surprised. There might be a kid that's actually named that.
Well, you got 7th Woods, the basketball, UNC.
His name is 7th Woods?
Yeah.
Northwest.
Wow.
There's another one.
Yes, Northwest, Kanye West, Northwest. There's Dick Pound, of course, my all-time favorite. I went to high school with Woody Dick. That was his name. That was his real name. Don't sue me,
really?
Woody. Yes, Woodrow Dick III. And I asked him if you're going to name your kid Woody. He was like, if I had to go through this shit, you're damn right I am. So
you got to respect that.
Yeah, I don't think he has any kid. Dodger of Zion, nothing will top the South Carolina Gamecocks. That must be a little nod to Mark here, right?
Hell yeah, go Cox.
That's right. Speaking of foul sex acts, go Cox. That's right.
Go Cox.
Who are the 5 worst? Oh, Kirk Coble. Who are the 5 worst current GMs in the NHL? That's a good question.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Man, you got to put Chiarelli up there. That's an obvious.
I'm just going to multiply Chiarelli by 5 is what I'm going to do.
I'm not sold on Bergevin just yet. I mean, he apparently found some nuts being a blind squirrel. I got to keep him on there just for now.
I don't think you can give. Who is the Yotes?
Probably Ken Holland, maybe.
Yeah, Ken Holland's pretty bad.
Ken Holland's still there. John Chaika.
Ooh.
I mean, people love Chaika, though. They think he's just like them playing NHL.
Yeah, I think the problem is the bad teams in the Eastern, they're bad for a reason. You can't say that the Panthers GM is bad. He's not.
Well, the Panthers keep getting fucked over by ownership. That's their problem.
And everyone's bunched up right now, but yeah, I don't know. I think Chiarelli is just running that dumpster fire into the ground, and then they just fire. And then the Blues. Who's the Blues GM?
Oh, Doug Armstrong?
Yeah.
Not really. I'd say more Rob Blake than Doug Armstrong.
Yeah.
Although
Sorry.
it's partially Lombardi, he's throwing gas on a fire.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I think Shirelli's just bad. He just whiffs all the time. I mean, other than McDavid, like, what has he done? You know? He's just pathetic.
He broke the market for young first line centers.
Yeah.
Really about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done that too. I don't know. I can't think of 5. I'll just take Shirelli times 5 because and Bergevin. He's bad. Pitt versus Miami this upcoming Saturday. Thoughts? Wow, that's a really esoteric game for our thoughts. Do you want some? What's the line on that? You want some betting tips here?
Well, Pitt doesn't really have to play with anything. They're playing with house money because they already clinched the Coastal. Miami, I think they still need to get their 6th win to be bowl eligible, right?
Let's see.
Miami's been super disappointing.
They've been bad. Like they got broken like after Pitt.
They need to start paying their players again. That's what they need to do.
Oh, they're 6-5.
Right. They need Nevin Shapiro to funnel money to frickin' The Rock and all his cronies. So that's what needs to happen.
Yeah. Like it's big for Miami because like the ACC, it's like they're tied for 4th, so they can get a maximum of 3rd. But if they lose, they're down to 6th. It's more for bull seeding for them.
Miami's favored in this game too. 5.5-point dog. Pitt is. Ooh, I might play that one.
I don't know, man. Pitt's rattled off some impressive wins.
Do they have
crazy
a defense?
As it sounds.
I want some inside tips. Tree, can they play defense?
They've played defense the last couple days. They played it against a ranked team in Virginia. Did it against Virginia Tech a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they can roll an offense if they want. Their running game's been fucking outstanding.
Nice. I don't know.
Against Wake Forest, they beat them with Kenny Pickett. I mean, Kenny Pickett's been
Yeah.
but he has promise.
Yeah.
Pitt looked fucking done for a while there. They were like 3-4, and literally they just lost to Notre Dame because of some stupid trickery. And you're playing Syracuse, it's like, well, they're gonna choke, and they didn't choke. So I don't know. I mean, I'll appreciate it when they're getting their asses kicked by Clemson in the ACC championship.
Oh my gosh. That'll be a hot one right there. If they make it, if they make it. No, they've clinched the ACC. Like they're going to play in that game, right?
Yep, they both clinched.
Yeah.
Oh, Clemson's going to smack them.
Oh my
Clemson's
God.
Oh yeah. They want revenge for the last time those two played. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it's like a
I'm
bully
dreading
just
our
beating
game.
up on some punk ass kid, or some very stacked team just bitch slapping another. It's gonna be ugly. I might play that game too.
Cover that shit, boy.
Yeah, I might play the spread on that. Beast of Metal 1989. The first ultimate question of our time: is John Mara the true ultimate derp lord of the New York Giants? No, I don't think Mara's that bad. He
Mara seems more hands off, so
yeah, I the only mistake I would say Mara made was firing Tom Coughlin too soon, because the following year they won 11 games. Reese actually put some defenders in there for him, signed some big free agents, and Coughlin would have won, 12 or 13 games instead of McAderp and his struggling 11 wins. So
to be fair, with how Jacksonville's been doing, I think they wouldn't mind them taking Coughlin and Marone with them.
Yeah, but remember, Jacksonville was 10 points in, 5 minutes from the Super Bowl last year?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Think about that. And then you see this team now this year.
Oh, my God.
They were awful. Like,
they haven't won a game since signing Eric Flowers. That's why.
Well, Flowers is like a bad luck charm. He's just...
It's not even Eric Flowers. It's just their play calling is atrocious. They don't have a quarterback, and they're relying on their defense to do way too goddamn much.
It's amazing how Blake Bortles has regressed so much. Like, if you see how Jared Goff has progressed, Blake Bortles has done the opposite.
It's like back when he was in 2016.
Yeah.
He's like literally back to like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that account on Twitter, Blake Bortles Facts, he hasn't been tweeting too much lately.
Nah, the boat.
Well, it used to be a parody account, and then it became like a glory account after he beat Pittsburgh, and then it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't talk as much shit. Like Blake Bortles, like he would say like Blake Bortles has never lost to Conor McGregor. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see those tweets anymore. You know, $10 from the Mustard Bus. Just got here. I'm sure I'm not the first one to say this, but your face is bald. Yes, I'm bald and unattractive. I get it. I don't know how.
A lot of bald, man.
Yeah. I don't know how my wife married me. Still trying to figure that out. The Squid. Belichick is probably hooked up to football cerebro. That's possible. You think that Bill Belichick is part of the Matrix somehow? Like he's Agent Smith and he's figured out football for all of us? I don't know. Oh, I got a question for you guys. Do you think there'll be a female head coach in the NFL? At some
Ever?
point? Yes.
I think eventually, yes, but it might be a while.
I don't think I'm gonna see it in my lifetime.
How old are you, Mark?
22.
Yeah, it's probably a good bet. You know what's funny is when you think about sports in general, like the 4 major sports leagues, these are high-paying executive jobs that women have absolutely no access to. Like, they'll never have, like, like a football coach.
I feel like the main problem is like, I can't see, like, I was never a football player. I was a baseball guy, but like just from my friends that played football, I just can't see the locker room and that whole like culture just allowing a female coach.
Haven't you ever seen the movie Wildcats where Goldie Hawn teaches those young boys how to play football and then come together as a unit? Like
Let me tell you, Goldie Hawn, she could get the job maybe, but I think she might be past her days now.
Yeah, you have to rely on her daughter.
What about
Kate
Condoleezza Rice?
Yes. Isn't
that was interesting.
Right. I'm going to steal your joke.
That's Cleveland, though, man, because they're stupid / crazy / insane enough to do it. That's why you buy it.
Don't you think, though? All right, so women are obviously 50% of the population. Don't you think there's a woman out there with a crazy football mind? Like, there's got to be a female Belichick. She might even look like Bill Belichick and have.
She's got to wear the hoodie.
Yeah. She could have one
there's plenty of women that know a ton of football. I don't think the culture will ever change. I can't just imagine like
driven.
Yeah, like I can
it's
just
very like insular, very boys clubbish. It's very who you know.
Yep.
I think they'd rather have another meathead that has been around the game for like 15 years instead of a woman who knows her shit. And I'm not saying that to be progressive. It's just it's as you said, the culture of the NFL.
I just can't see like the players. Like it's so awful to say, but I just can't see the players respecting a woman as a coach. Like it's a terrible thing to say, but it's tough. It's tough.
It is tough, but there is a female coach, I believe, on the Spurs, and she is like
Becky Hammond.
Yeah, and she's like well respected. Like they love her shit, and
I think like it's gonna take something like that. I think to really push the lead.
I think though, if you're a guy and okay, say you're a pitcher or baseball player, and you're in a slump, and some chick is like. I shouldn't say chick. A woman is like, look, man, you have a hitch in your delivery. Let's go work this out. And she solved it and you won the Cy Young. You would respect that woman, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, in the movie, what?
A question though, man. How do you feel about Kim Ng? You know, the general manager who's linked to a lot of like GM positions.
Kim, what?
Kim Ng, NG. I think that's it.
Oh, yeah. What organization is she with? I have not heard of her.
I forget. I know like she's linked to a bunch of GM jobs, but she hasn't been hired to it. I think she's like well respected in baseball.
Yeah, American executive in Major League Baseball. This is someone I've never heard of.
Wow.
But yeah, she's got a big time title.
I think
like she's like been linked. Like I've heard of her for like 5 years or something like that.
I think the Mets have a female working in their front office. I think his name is Brody Van Wagenen or something.
Oh, BV Dub.
The
Yeah,
player agent, my man. Come on.
I hate that move.
How dare you? That's a great step for player agents. Next, Scott Boras is probably going to be a manager of the New York Yankees.
I can't wait until Drew Rosenhaus is coaching the Oakland Raiders or LA Raiders. I want to see that. Or
That'd be wild.
yes,
The Las Vegas Raiders.
right. Or yes, Scott Boras managing the Yankees. Just because they're like, hey, look, you own all the players anyways. You might as well coach the bastards.
It's all in the Mets. Mets are successful. It's gonna happen.
Yep. All right, couple more here. Bad as the Cavs, a mustard bust. Bad as the Cavs are, they slaughtered my Hornets. That means that your Hornets are shit, basically. Before you love shine, Dowdy's contract reminds me hashtag too much of Flacco. Yeah, but Dowdy won 2 cups and was an elite defender. I mean, Flacco is not elite, you know, and Dowdy dominated the league in his prime. That's all I have to say about that. Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get paid a lot of money for way too damn long.
Yes, that's true. Because they paid him. I said this in my video that's coming out tonight after this. Loyalty, you can't put a price on loyalty, but it does come with a cost. I'll tell you that. And Joe Flacco's contract is costing them a lot of money. And then they go out there like, hey, Lamar, do you want to run the ball 58 times? And he's like, yeah, whatever. You know?
That's something I don't know how much like you guys watch of like soccer and stuff, but like I was a pretty big soccer fan for quite some time. Still like to watch it a bit, but that's something that like they just don't do over there. Like the whole loyalty thing, where it's like, I want him to retire as a Yankee, or I want him to retire as a Cowboy. They get their old players and like, when you're not of use to us, you're gone. See ya. We'll find another guy to fill in. Like that's just something American sports so different.
And then they come to the United States and get paid a shitload of money in MLS.
Right.
Exactly.
In their retirement home, of course.
Yeah.
In the soccer's retirement. You know, it's also funny.
I will say that.
I actually did a research on this. Like the European leagues, everyone says that they're progressive. There's never been a work stoppage in any of those leagues over a strike. Like, I mean, their player unions are barely like, they have to contribute to their own pensions and shit. Like it's not like America. Like America's progressively the most advanced unions in the world when it comes to striking and fucking, you know, going nuts over who should make money.
It's not even a thought over there.
Yeah, they're like strike. What are you talking about? Like they probably have some clause where they're like, hey, we'll just cut all of you and we'll go sign, you know, these millions of club players that would gladly play soccer for money.
Yeah.
So, let's get through these here. Before you love shine, Miami Heat Vice unis look marvelous. Cue Phil Collins. Yes. All right, I gotta look that up. They have Miami Heat Vice uniforms.
So nice.
Are they covered?
The Miami Heat Vice. Oh yeah, I know what they're talking about.
Are they covered in cocaine?
Very sleek.
Those are hot. Oh my gosh, those are fire right
so
there.
nice.
I would definitely
Just want to play some John Hammer.
Yeah, some
in the
John
background
Hammer.
when you hear those music.
Hold on, we got to put it in the background. Oh no, we're gonna get a copyright. But you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I'd rather not.
I gotta play it for a couple seconds. Okay, hold on. Miami Vice theme.
Play just hum it in your head, man.
Wait.
You really can't.
No, I'll cut it after like 8 seconds. All right, hold on. We just gotta hit that intro real quick. Hold on. It is one of the greatest songs ever. 1 second. Damn it. All right, there, we got it. Sorry. Before we get the copyright violation, we could have played Homer. Like, have you seen that? The Simpsons intro where it's Miami Vice?
Yeah.
It's so good. So good. I failed No Nut November because of that. Beast of Metal 1989. The second ultimate question of our time. Why are all Pittsburgh sports teams suddenly afflicted with dumpster dive defenses? Would you say
because it's Pittsburgh?
Yeah. They don't play defense in Pittsburgh?
Because the Penguins suck. That's
What
why.
happened?
They straight trash.
Is that the cost?
I need to clean myself off.
Right. Is that the cost of a Stanley Cup now? Like, you win it or you win it twice and then the league is like, no, you can't win anymore.
I don't know, man, because like we didn't think like the window would slam shut this quickly.
Yeah.
We figure we'll at least add another year or two where we pretend we're still competitive and then probably first or second round.
The season
But
is
now it's just like, oh God.
Listen, man, we're only a quarter into the season. Jack Johnson could learn to play hockey in
No, man, come on. He's got to be part of a winning culture, man. I mean, that's why they benched him in Columbus and they gave him a 5-year contract. Fucking kill me.
I'm sorry if I laugh about the. You know what? Like, if I didn't know you, I would talk shit about the Penguins all the time.
Dude, that was I was growing that contract on the moment it was announced. It's like, no, please don't.
Yeah. All
right. Old man Jim Rutherford, man.
He built 2 winners, 3.
Well, he said he was going to retire after the first one. He's like, no, I'm going to stick around.
And he won another one.
Botterill.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I'm shocked they even won that one because Capitals should have won that series.
James Amadei. What college football coaches will be fired? Mark, do you have an opinion on that? Is the South Carolina coach, is he any good?
Muschamp, I like what he's done. I think he's a little behind schedule, but he ain't going anywhere. They love him down there. We all like him.
He's kind of a retread. You know, they were like, all right, let's hire this kind of goofy looking dude from Florida and let's put him in the SEC. Good work if you can get it, man. Good.
Say Florida State's coach might be getting fired.
Oh, yeah.
Florida. Miami, Mark Richt. I can see him going.
Yeah. Yep. I could see Mark Richt going. I could see Malzahn getting fired.
You think, I don't know if UCLA gets started with Chip Kelly already.
They're bad.
They hired at Les Miles. I was very
USC, Kansas.
Yeah.
But USC's head coach might be getting fired too. They're having a really disappointing year.
They're horrible too.
Why does nobody want those jobs? Like, you would think that UCLA and USC would be, you know, the tits.
Well, UCLA threw a shitload of money at Chip Kelly.
Yeah. But nobody.
It's like, hey, come play football with us. Like, okay.
Yeah. Maybe
because an arrogant tool that's probably a closet racist piece of shit. Whatever. There's no LaShawn McCoy to trade, so they're.
Kevin Sika, is Rodgers tanking, playing poorly to get McCarthy fired? No, I think Mark McCarthy is doing all he can to get himself fired.
I think Rodgers has just been off. I don't think he's been deliberately tanked.
Yeah,
he's just been really sloppy with his throws.
Well, his legs aren't there, you know, and that a lot of the accuracy comes from your legs, you know.
Yeah, like that happens with age, though. I mean, Roethlisberger's had his issues too this year.
Yeah,
Eli's had his issues. Brady's had his issues. I mean, it happened.
I don't care what anyone says. Eli looked fucking great against the worst defense in the league, but dude, you could probably look good against that defense. That shot to shit. KTO would have thrown for 400 yards for sure.
I mean, he would have gotten you some nice breadbasket catches. Sir.
Yes, I was actually dreaming about that last night.
Like you and Flem just like getting like 150 yards passing, and me just sitting there, just pretending like I'm doing something.
You could block for us. That's all. You know?
No, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I did stuff. Woo! And then that one SeatGeek guy just comes in and just like doesn't want to.
Now, Mark, were you an athlete in high school, college, anything like that? Or
baseball player?
Yeah.
That was it for me. Yeah.
Were you any good?
So I don't know if you really want to call that an athlete, but
well, as David Wells,
sport.
Yeah, I think David Wells said, "I'm not an athlete. I'm a baseball player." something like that.
Let me tell you something though about baseball players, and this is what I'll say. I feel like baseball players have the best, like, we can go play other sports, where every other sport tries to come play baseball and they look like they've got no clue what they're doing. So that's always my backup to represent.
It's
baseball.
true, except for hockey. Like hockey is the one sport where they can be like,
Yeah.
look, you can't even skate, fucker, and you're gonna break your legs. So please do not come out on the ice.
Definitely, I can agree with that.
But what about Jalen Ramsey? Didn't he say he could like be in the NHL already?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Some athletes are freaky like that though. Like I bet you.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I can see like there are people that did like baseball, football. There were a couple of those guys. I mean, baseball, basketball, but hockey, football. I mean, it's different elements because you're dealing with skating now instead of just running.
I would say stopping in hockey is one of the hardest things. I'm like, it doesn't take much to get going, but stopping is a real challenge. Like you're like, oh shit, you expect me to stop? Okay, that's the board, and then you hit it, and you're like,
or else you just like slowly glide, like, yeah, I'm doing stuff.
Right, until you flail, and then
always
you hit
the first time you always go on the ice, it's like, oh shit, and then you fall flat in your face every time.
Now, I will say this, Mark, to echo your sentiment though about baseball. Like I was a baseball player, and I was pretty decent. There's no pickup baseball though. Like you can't just be going by the park and be like, "Hey, can I play with you guys?" You know, like
no, that doesn't happen. And I wish that was a thing, but there's the closest thing to like a pickup baseball game is like playing wiffle ball, and that doesn't emulate
baseball. Or like church softball or something, you know, or softball in the mall. But even then, if you ask like, "Can I play?" They're like, "Oh, you think you're good or some shit," like, and then you know,
yeah, they more or less have their own teams.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, did you bring beer?"
If you don't know anybody, you're kind of shit out of luck.
Right.
You don't show up to a field looking for other people to play with.
Right. They're just like, "Hey, fuck off, dude. Like, what? No, we're full." Yeah. You know, even if they're missing a guy because you're a stranger that's asking to play, they're like, "No, don't."
God, you might be ass.
Right. Don't put your hand in my extra glove. Like that's.
You're trying to hit it on a women. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. You're trying to finger bang my girlfriend, and I don't like it. Like, yeah, this is a co-ed team, and there's always a smoke show, like, on at least one of the teams, too.
Of course.
Yes, and you're just like, oh, that's why I want to play. Duh. Fuck you. Nathan de Wii. Nintendo Wii. Oh, that's just Nintendo Wii spelled wrong. That's what it was. I've asked this before. But will we get a video on Rutgers? I would love that. That is my father's alma mater, is Rutgers.
And if you Rutgers would be an interesting one because they're only being used as a pawn by the Big Ten. They're only there to get that sweet New York market money.
Yep.
And it is so obvious.
Yeah, well, Greg Schiano, he had to make them a team.
And like their program like sucks. They should be in the AAC or like the MAC.
They're easily the worst Power 5 team.
But because they have the New York market, they're in northern New Jersey.
Technically, they have the New York market.
Are you from northern Jersey, Mark?
Yeah, I'm from Union County.
Oh, so my dad's from Rutherford.
I guess it's technically.
Yeah, and he went to Rutgers for agriculture. I'm like, what the fuck, Dad? He's like, do you know how much farming is in New Jersey? I'm like, I don't give a shit. And then he joined the military. And then look at these stats for Arthur Sikowski, their quarterback.
Oh, is that the dude who has like 25 picks and like 6 touchdowns or something like that?
Oh, yeah. There was like this one pass against Penn State, like literally, like I was looking at it on Twitter because, you know, I get a lot of shit from Penn State because, you know, a bunch of people like Penn State around here. Like the dude was like literally running from nobody, threw on his back foot, threw it right to nobody, but it happened to conveniently land right in a linebacker set, and it was an easy.
Yep, I saw that exact clip you were talking about. I think like I think Barstool might have tweeted it out or something like that. It was just so bad.
Yeah, he's 134 for 273 for 1,058 yards, a completion percentage of 49, 4.24 yards per attempt. That's pathetic.
That's the kind of shit you do not tell your grandkids about.
Right.
No, you just be like, "Where'd you go to college, Grandpa?" You're like, "I didn't."
Right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I went to New Jersey A&M.
Yeah, I went to a Jersey State school.
Please do not Google my stats, right?
I played pickup football.
Yeah, I played intramurals for Rutgers. Those are my intramural stats. 18 picks, Grandpa? A quarterback rating of 76. So in college, like I think the rating system is like quadrupled from the pros. So like 76 is like a 12 in
Yeah. If it's like, oh, I had a rating of 76 in college, like, you're okay. And then you college football, it's like, oh, you suck.
yeah, it's on a scale of 1 to 1,000. Dad. Um
No, that was pro football ratings. It's professional style.
That's right.
You don't
Yes.
realize that, guys.
Yeah, we had
Gone.
uniforms and everything, just like the pros. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's also rushed
We were
for
lucky we were able to get water breaks.
my buddy Arthur has also rushed for negative 66 yards. That means he's been sacked like
Might need to find a Stikowski jersey somewhere.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I would wear that along with my Ray Caruth jersey. Like
Oh my
Polish
gosh.
pride, motherfucker. Polish pride.
that's right. Gotta represent my Poles. Okay. I think we're getting here. Yeah, I would love to see a Rutgers video. Just throw the Big Ten under the bus on that.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny.
Tree, are the Phoenix Suns going to get a video? That one's a long time coming too. They might be good by the time you get around to that one, Tree.
Yeah, that problem is like there's just so much on the damn plate right now. And it's just
I know, dude.
and like this fucking Jaguars Steelers game decided to be an epic, and it's probably gonna be 10 minutes long now.
Are you gonna rip? Are you gonna rip into the Jacksonville Jaguars? Like,
Oh yes, they're fucking that was incompetence. Like there was no way they should have lost that.
are you gonna
None.
rip their anal sphincter out of their ass, throw it on a wall, and jump through it? Is that what's gonna happen here?
Not enough, man. You have to throw it right in a four-way intersection and let the cars run over it, and then skip rope with it, and then literally strangle them to death. That's what's gonna happen.
How do
When
you
you
do that?
go 4 straight 3-and-outs over 100 penalty yards, you don't trust your quarterback because he can't throw a football. You literally do the same goddamn play every first 2 downs for 4 straight drives. What do you expect's going to happen? Like, we're just going to run up the middle every time because we're good old hard-nosed football and we're just going to trust our defense to do everything. It's like, no.
We're gonna do
That's
an
why
A
you're
gap
fucking
run.
3-7.
That's right.
That's why I've lost 6 straight.
We're gonna I formation, toss right, because Blake Bortles can't throw a fucking football.
Not even toss. It's not even a toss. It's just it's like a gut play.
Yeah.
Right up the center in the guard, and your one guard got injured. Oh yeah, right. But do some fucking screens. Like I don't know, play action might be a little tough with your line, but I mean at least like change it up.
It's not like Eric Flowers is gonna block people in space. He's just
No. You could just have Eric Flowers be like the decoy, because she sure as shit isn't gonna block anybody.
How come
Pretend like he's a receiver.
Right. How come no coach has taught Eric Flowers to at least go to a knee and like roll into the defender's legs? Like, come on.
That might be too much for him.
I don't know, man. I mean, you can only expect miracles from a parking cone able to move.
Yes, I agree.
That's all you can really wish for, unfortunately.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Wow, we've already done an hour of time. Well, we started
we still
a
have
little
some
late.
Snapchats to get to.
Yep, we still got to get these out. Tree should, from Evan Escher. What's up, Evan? Tree should run the turkey trot on Thanksgiving. Is that a Pittsburgh thing?
Turkey trot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you what my turkey trot is. Me getting up to the turkey, eating it, and then sitting right the fuck down.
Well, I think that's everyone's turkey trot. I call it the turkey leg.
And
turkey leg, man, every time.
Right. And then sitting on the couch in my tryptophan-induced coma. That's right.
Nap time, baby.
That's right. Oh, by the way, if any of y'all want to play my bookie, or can deposit a first time, they're actually doing a free bet for the Bears versus Lions game. You can't lose, basically. So you put in like $100, you bet 100, and then if you win, you get 100, and if you lose, nothing happens. So
not bad.
It's not. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the fuck out of the Bears. They're 8-2 against the spread this year. Okay, I'm becoming a degenerate. I never used to gamble on sports, and now since my bookie sponsors me, I've gambled the fuck out of it.
That's the wonders of corporate whoredom, sir.
That's right.
You embrace that shit, sir. You embrace it.
That's right. My asshole is for sale, and it's got a my bookie tattoo on it.
It's like Ted DiBiase says, man. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody does. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Is he dead? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is Ted DiBiase alive?
Yes, sir. I think he is. He doesn't really do much in the WWE. I think he's like a pastor now.
Really? Yep. It says
I think so.
Yeah, he's an ordained minister and color commentator. Yeah. What's funny was he was like, like a side character, but he was like a main dude in the promotion, like from behind the scenes and shit. Let's get these out and then we'll call it a show. The third ultimate from Beast of Metal, the third ultimate question of our time. Do the Vegas Golden Knights look like every second-year team ever right after their finals appearance? Man, I tell you something, all the other teams in the league really stepped up. And I'm seeing a lot of shit in my TL from the Sabres lately. The fucking Sabres fans are freaking jacking off to Jack Eichel every fucking night.
They're not mediocre. They're not garbage anymore.
They're good, man. And
they retooled everything, man. I mean, they had to.
Well, they got lucky with Pedersen. He's developed. Am I saying that right, or is it Peterson?
No, that's the Canucks. That's
I'm
Elias
sorry.
Pettersson.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the wrong. That's another team.
You're thinking of Rasmus Dahlin.
Yes, Rasmus Dahlin. I got my Swedes wrong here. Or is Rasmus Dahlin?
But Elias Pettersson is a stud, too. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see him when he was in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's developed. So I think Vegas will be fine. I think they will be. But there's a lot of competition now.
They might sneak into a playoff berth. I mean, they have to because Montreal has their first-round pick. And Detroit, I think, has their third.
Yeah. All right, this is a good one from Don't Feed Phil. What's up? When the Citadel scores more points against Alabama than LSU and Mississippi State combined, I think Alabama was dicking around with some type of shit. Like, they were just like, yeah, let's see if this works. No, it doesn't work. Let's go to our regular shit. Like, I think that was what that was about. Or they had some gambling debts that they need to pay off. Family Guy Fan 889, Big 12 may do the same for UConn and get NYC market. Yeah, UConn will never be anything but a basketball school, and they're terrible at that right now, which is a shame because they used to be. I mean, they used to win national champion. They won one very not too long ago.
Once Coach Calhoun retired.
Well, then Kevin Ollie came, and then they were good. They won with the Boatwright kid. They won a national championship, and then they just turned to shit. They dissolved the Big East.
Right?
What? I got Bobby Hurley.
Yeah. Bob Hurley. Wow.
I like him a lot.
I like Hurley a lot too. He's a good kid.
Especially that video. You see that video that was going around on Twitter where like the guy hit the shot or whatever, and they just were like beating the shit out of each other after he hit it. Nice.
All right, this should be the last one before we sign off. We're 7 minutes over. Redskins versus Cowboys this Thanksgiving. Thoughts? I think the Redskins make it competitive, but the Cowboys are on the way up and the Redskins are on the way down. And losing Alex
Redskins
Smith,
are unfortunately getting exposed. They're just injured as shit.
Right. I think if Alex Smith was not wearing socks, you would have seen like his bone marrow.
Yeah, that was gruesome, man.
On the anniversary too.
Yep. Literally, if you look it up, same day, same break, same leg, same score, and Theismann was at the game.
Was it really the same score too?
Yeah, 23-21.
Oh my god.
See,
I know, it's like fucking deja vu. It's like,
That's
what?
Insane.
What's different though about it, I know there's so many similarities, but the one thing that's different was like Lawrence Taylor was a dick. Like he was trying to hurt Joe Theismann. Like he jumped on his back and, he was like, fuck you, Joe. The tacklers and Alex Smith, like they weren't trying to injure him. It was just a freak accident. Like, yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Really bad.
I think the guy celebrating after didn't even realize it.
No, he definitely had no clue.
Yeah, he was like, fuck, you're
big
dead.
Play.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Mark, one last thing. What do you think of the guy that hung up on the schmooze during that radio interview because he couldn't answer questions about voting for the second best pitcher in the league?
I know what you're saying with Steve Summers or whatever his name was, and he giving him he gave him the how can you look at yourself in the mirror?
Right.
I thought that, well, obviously he had no idea what Steve Summers' his whole thing is, but oh my god, that was amazing. And the dude needs to take a chill pill a little bit. He's freaking out. If you're gonna make a bad pick, at least be able to take the criticism that people are gonna give it to you,
dude.
You live with your pick.
Scherzer had a balls out year, man. He struck out 300 batters. He's a bad motherfucker, And
he had a sick year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a shame that he got wasted like that by the Mets, but
it was
on a 2-8 stretch when he had an ERA under 2.
DeGrom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was points at the year where he was giving up 1 run through 6. And he would end up not getting the loss because he drove in the other run to tie the game up. There was points where he was the only guy driving in the runs. It was just so bad. It was like they were trying to not score when the Mets when he was on the mound.
So bad.
Either that or everybody got injured. I mean, it was just it was bad.
He was so good
the last 2 years.
I mean, if anyone wants to say, "Oh, it's analytics, too much analytics," I'm like, dude, his ERA was 1.70. Like, you don't fucking need analytics to know.
That's a transcendent year, man.
Right.
That usually gets I mean, if this were Pedro Martinez with Boston, they would have no complaints. Like, if he had 20 wins, it'd be like, yeah, good job, yeah. But it's like, dude, I guess who had a 20-win season? There was 20-win season guys in the 70s that had an ERA over 4.
I had a professor on Monday before I came back home who was talking about the Cy Young thing. And he was like, he only won 10 games. How could he win? I was like, oh, don't raise your hand, Mark. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to say something you're going to regret. He grades your papers. Let it be.
Right.
Like,
Yo, what's
I was
up,
like,
guys?
you're killing me. I need to say something, but I can't. So I just went to the bathroom.
You can do a 10-page presentation on why Jacob DeGrom deserves the
rage moments
Cy Young.
from MLB
Yeah.
16. I figured
I'm
this
like,
was a good time
why
to
is
do it.
Mark
It's
talking?
baseball.
I'm on your channel, Mark, and I'm like, why is Mark still talking out of turn? And then it's your video running in the background. I'm like,
Yeah, I'll do it.
yeah. I'm like, fuck you, Mark. Stop talking. All right, we got to wrap up here. Any closing thoughts? I just put a link to your channel in the description, so everyone subscribe to Giraffeneckmarc.
Appreciate it, man.
And any final thoughts from you, sir? And this was fun, by the way.
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. It was a good time, and maybe we'll do it again sometime down the road.
No, it's our pleasure, my man.
Yep. Next time, bring jelly donuts.
For sure.
No blue waffles, though. Jeez.
Yeah,
I lost my appetite.
Yeah,
Those
no
are-
syrup. Right there. No honey. No booty warrior syrup, please. I would not like that. Toss salad, man. Okay. All right. I gotta sign off. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this fucking stream.